We are out and about today, and we're out and about for a very exciting and special reason. So today I am very excited to announce that I officially have a sponsor for my Formula Woman journey, which is really exciting. Having a sponsor has been one of my biggest goals pretty much after I applied. It just seemed like something that I really wanted to achieve before I got to my assessment day, so thank you. Got there just in time. I'm really excited. I'm gonna show you who it is shortly. Okay, so I am in the Johnson & Paris showroom right now, and we are gonna get a quick look at the CorsaE. Alright, there she is. First of all, love the colour. I know it's just an accident, but still. Obviously in the charging station right now. Got a really nice two-tone between the red on the bottom and the black on the top. It's also very roomy on the inside. I've just had a quick sit in, and it's actually really comfy in there. Which is fab. As you all know, my first car was a Corsa. Now a very, very old one, but still it was always very comfy, so happy to see they've retained that. And then this is what we're looking at here at the back. And there she is. Okay, so I am back home after my visit to Johnson & Paris, who are my sponsors officially for Formula Woman, and I'm so grateful to Jerry in particular, who is partnering with me from the Johnson & Paris side on this, and very kindly did a little mini photo shoot with me today earlier in the dealership. So I will have pictures that I can add into the video here to show you how those turned out as well. I also got to actually sit into the CorsaE, which was a really nice benefit. You never know, we might get a little test drive if we can manage it. Big thank you as well to my friend Maria, who helped to orchestrate the sponsorship as well coming to fruition. I really am so glad that I managed to secure a sponsor. It was, like I said earlier, one of my big goals, and I'm so happy to have achieved it. And I'm also really happy to have found a sponsor who is local to Cork as well. I, obviously was not going to be picky when it came to sponsors. I was going to be happy with anyone that was willing to invest kind of in me as a competitor and in Formula Woman, but I'm definitely super happy that the one that I ended up with is a local business, and we actually bought our own car from them just last year. So it's a nice little partnership, and it's just so great to be working with people who are genuinely excited about what Formula Woman is doing as well. I will say I was very pleasantly surprised by a couple of things with the CorsaE. Firstly, the size of the car. I mentioned in my first to last video that I had a Corsa as my first car years ago, and obviously cars have come a long way since then, so I knew that it would be obviously a huge improvement, but it is genuinely very roomy. And it's really comfy on the inside, and I will say that's one thing that Opel/Vauxhall do really well, is a very comfy car. Also, just to explain again for anyone who didn't catch the car announcement video that I put out a couple of weeks ago, Vauxhall is the brand name in the UK and Opel is the brand name in Ireland. So in case there's any confusion whatsoever there, it is the same overall brand and it's the same car. So got to have a little sit in and got to kind of just get a feel for the car. I will say I'm very excited to get driving it. Jerry mentioned that it is actually pretty impressive in terms of the speed once you build up a bit of a momentum, and that it also handles really well. So I'm really excited to properly get behind the wheel on the track in a couple of weeks' time. Obviously my assessment is now just over 2 weeks away, now that we're in September, and that is just so exciting. I can't wait. I have my travel booked, my accommodation is booked. I am really buzzing, so very much looking forward to what's going to be coming out in the next couple of weeks, and also just finding out a bit more about what's going to be going on with the assessment itself. If you watched my Mondello BMW experience video, you'll know that in August I went up to Mondello and I had a little spin around the track in both a Mini and also a BMW competition, and I knew that there was going to be a karting element involved in the on-track assessment as well for Formula Women. So what I did last weekend was went out and did some indoor karting with a couple of friends, and it was really good crack. But what I will say is, oh my goodness, the physical toll that thing takes on your body is, I just really underestimated it. It had been a long time since I previously karted, and that time had also been outdoors. This is indoors, and the track was like very narrow, lots of really tight corners, and I was like a wreck after it. Now, we did 45 minutes of a session. I will say 30 minutes was probably sufficient to kind of get a feel for things and maintain a decent level of stamina as well, in terms of it's a lot of upper body and core strength that's required to actually turn the corners without like hurting yourself or putting yourself in an awkward position. So definitely going forward would probably go for a 30-minute session, but I'm really glad that we went and actually did that, because my previous experience with karting was not super positive. So to have had fun this time, even if it was physically demanding, is just a really helpful kind of reference point for the on-track assessment. I don't have much more detail in terms of how the karting element of that is going to work out exactly, but at least now got a little bit of recent experience under my belt, so that was definitely a plus one as well. I will say, for anyone who is still sitting on the fence about applying, or maybe you're even just finding out about Formula Women now, the applications are closing very soon. They are closing on the 17th of September, I believe. So if you have any interest at all, if you think this might be something that you're into, please do go ahead and apply before then. You will still have the opportunity to do all of the elements that those of us that applied earlier have done. So you'll still get to do your on-track assessment. Those are running until November, so there's plenty of time still. And there's also going to be plenty of events, especially in the UK, that you can attend if you're based there too, between now and your on-track assessment if you do apply. Additionally, you'll still get the online course information, and there's a recently launched kind of new element to the online course as well, that is a mind and body kind of tutorials, all of that good stuff for, you know, if you want help with your workouts and preparing, or if you want help in terms of ensuring that your mentality on your on-track assessment day is, you know, solid and competitive. All of that is on there, and it's a really good resource. So if you are sitting on the fence like I did a couple of months ago, just go for it.